Ayatollah Ali Hosseini Khamenei is the second and current supreme leader of Iran, in office since 1989. He is a key figure, shaping Iran's domestic and foreign policy. Here is his detailed biography. Basic information. Full name, Ali Hosseini Khamenei. Date of birth, April 19, 1939. Registered as July 16, 1939. Place of birth, Mashhad, Khorasan Province, Iran. Nationality, Iranian. Religion, Twelver Shia Islam. Title, Grand Ayatollah, Supreme Leader of the Islamic Republic of Iran. Early life and education. Born into a religious family, his father, Javad Khamenei, was a respected Islamic scholar who influenced his early life and values. The family lived modestly in a small house. At age 4, he began learning the Quran and basic literacy at a traditional maktab. Later, he studied at an Islamic school and then entered the Mashhad Theological Seminary, completing intermediate studies in 5 years under scholars like Ayatollah Khamenei. In 1957, he went to Najaf, Iraq, to study under prominent scholars such as Ayatollah Hakim, but returned to Iran in 1958 at his father's request to continue advanced studies in Qom. There, he studied under Ayatollah Boryerdi, Ruhollah Khomeini, and Allama Tabatabai, focusing on Islamic jurisprudence and philosophy. Early political career. In the 1960s, he joined the opposition against Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi's regime, participating in the 1963 protests led by Khomeini and was arrested in Burjand. In 1974, he was arrested again by the Shah's secret police, Savak, and imprisoned in Tehran until 1975. After release, he was banned from teaching publicly in Mashhad. In 1977, he co-founded the Combatant Clerics Association, a key organization in the lead-up to the Islamic Revolution. After the 1979 Islamic Revolution, appointed to the Revolutionary Council by Khomeini in January 1979, he helped establish the Islamic Republican Party and served in its Central Council, held positions including Deputy Minister of Defense, Commander of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, and Tehran's Friday Prayer Imam, appointed in 1980, elected to the Islamic Consultative Assembly Majlis in 1980. In June 1981, he survived an assassination attempt by the Mojahedin Khalq organization that left his right arm paralyzed. Presidency, 1981 to 1989, elected president in October 1981 with 95% of the vote, succeeding Mohammad Ali Rajeh, who was assassinated. He was re-elected in 1985. During his term, he oversaw Iran's efforts in the Iran-Iraq War, 1980 to 1988, chaired the Supreme Defense Council, and managed domestic challenges including economic hardship and political dissent. He also supported Khomeini's 1989 fatwa against Salman Rushdie, Supreme Leader, 1989-present. After Khomeini's death in June 1989, constitutional amendments allowed Khamenei, then not holding the highest clerical rank, to become Supreme Leader. He was later elevated to Grand Ayatollah, Domestic Policy. He consolidated power over state institutions including the judiciary, military, and media. He has overseen economic policies, suppressed reform movements, and faced protests over issues like economic hardship, human rights, and fuel prices. In 1989, he oversaw constitutional changes that abolished the post of Prime Minister. Foreign policy, a staunch opponent of the U.S. and Israel, he has advocated for Iran's right to nuclear energy and supported regional allies like Hezbollah in Lebanon and the Houthis in Yemen, forming the Axis of Resistance. While he initially backed the 2015 nuclear deal, he later opposed its renegotiation after the U.S. withdrawal in 2018. In 2025, Iran became involved in a direct conflict with Israel. Leadership style. Known for his conservative stance, he balances ideological rigidity with tactical flexibility, such as introducing the concept of heroic flexibility in 2013 to allow limited diplomatic engagement. Personal life. Married to Mansoura Koyasta Bagazada since 1964, with 6 children, 4 sons and 2 daughters. His sons Mojtaba and Mustafa are involved in political and religious affairs. He maintains a modest lifestyle, and has written works on Islamic theology and politics, key views and principles. Islamic governance, he firmly upholds Khomeini's theory of vilayati, faqih, guardianship of the jurist, seeing it as essential to preserving Iran's Islamic identity and protecting the people from corruption and foreign influence. He has stated that religious leadership must guide all aspects of society, from politics to culture. U.S. and the West, he refers to the U.S. as the Great Satan, viewing it as a threat to Iran's sovereignty and regional interests. While he allowed limited talks for the 2015 nuclear deal, he emphasized that Iran should never trust U.S. commitments, a stance reinforced after the 2018 U.S. withdrawal nuclear program. He maintains that Iran's nuclear activities are for peaceful energy and medical purposes only, but has also stressed that Iran has the right to develop its nuclear capabilities to defend itself. He has overseen the expansion of uranium enrichment after the U.S. exit from the deal, regional policy. He champions the axis of resistance, seeing allies like Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Houthis as a bulwark against Israel and Western dominance in the Middle East. He has framed Iran's regional role as supporting oppressed nations, domestic reform. While he has allowed some economic adjustments, he has consistently opposed political reforms that he believes would undermine the Islamic system. He views protests against the government as being instigated by foreign powers to destabilize Iran. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, the supreme leader of Iran, died on February 28, 2026, at the age of 86, as confirmed by Iranian state media on March 1, 2026. Circumstances of his death. His passing occurred amid escalating regional military conflict, with large-scale U.S. and Israeli military strikes targeting senior Iranian officials and military infrastructure. In and around Tehran on February 28, 2026, initial reports of his death from foreign media were unconfirmed until Iranian state TV officially announced it on March 1st, alongside Khamenei. Iran's chief of army staff and defense minister were also killed in the strikes. National response? The Iranian government declared a 40-day national mourning period and 7 days of public holidays. State-organized rallies, vigils, and memorial meetings were held in major cities like Tehran, Mashhad, Qom, and Isfahan, with black flags hoisted across the country. However, reactions were mixed. Some residents celebrated in the streets, while supporters protested the military operation succession process. Per Iran's constitution, the Assembly of Experts is responsible for appointing a new supreme leader, a process that could be complex amid ongoing conflict. Previously, there had been speculation that his son, Mojtaba Hosseini Khamenei, might be a potential successor. Analysts warn that succession disputes could exacerbate instability in Iran and the broader region. International reaction. Global leaders have urged restraint and called for diplomatic solutions to prevent further escalation, as Khamenei's death and the ongoing conflict raise significant questions about Middle Eastern geopolitics, regional security, energy markets, and international diplomacy.